Hello, and welcome back as the bottom drops out of another run like a Citizen King song or the crumbling floor of the sewers beneath wherever the hell we were last episode. In Perfidious Beat plays XCOM, War of the Chosen. Got some folks lying in the hospital beds here as the result of the bottom dropping out of that crumbling ruin, like the bottom dropped out of Citizen King's career after their smash hit single Better Days, which I think peaked in like the 20s in the Billboard charts, so maybe smash hit is a bit of an overstatement, but, you know, sometimes the bottom drops out. Just ask Cooley if you can find him. Pete, how come you know the names of the people in the band Citizen King? I don't know, man. It was the late 90s, early 2000s, and the video was on all the time, despite the fact that the song was punishingly mediocre. And it sticks in my brain mostly because it was very postmodern and weird. It's like a kid working in a supermarket, but also there's a band in the freezer, and then the aliens show up. It's odd. Freezer full of aliens singing with a band. That one, you know, it sticks with you. And then a bottom drops out. Plus, there were like 28 people in that band, which that's the thing that always, that's the reason I actually remember them, is because they were one of those bands that has way too many people in it for its level of success. You got to think of like your Chumbawambas, a band that has, I think, 40 people in it, roughly. And then they have one song that sort of succeeds a little bit. You always feel sorry for those people because they gotta split it so many ways, man. So, what are we scanning? We're actually, why are we scanning for? We don't care about intel. We're not scanning it. But like Chumbawamba, think about that. I think there are actually like 40 members of the band Chumbawamba, and they're one hit tub thumper or tub thumping or whatever that shit the name of that piece of crap song is. That's a lot of different ways to split up what has to, at the end of the day, amount to not necessarily a huge amount of money. You really, if you're going to be a one-hit wonder, you want to go more like the Fountains of Wayne approach, where you'd be like, yeah, we had Stacy's Mom. It was our one, like, pretty big hit song. But there are only 3 dudes in that band, so that little bit of one-hit wonder money goes a hell of a lot longer than if you got to split it up between, like, the 9 people in Citizen King. Roughly, you know, they're all getting triple what your average member of Citizen King gained. Philip Finelli got wounded on that mission. We did reduce the Avatar Project progress by 2. All things considered, that's totally fine. The next thing we're going to do, we need ability points so that we can keep buying focused or locked in or whatever the hell the name of that ability is. Vetter, you handle that. Any other soldier, really? Wound timer is a bit of a problem. Cage is also wounded. Do I really want to send a major level? Like, do I want to send a major on this mission? We're not going to have anything that doesn't require at least 2 soldiers. I stand corrected. Well, we could go get I mean, we're basically just doing that mission for 1 mobility, though. Is there one that maybe needs, like, an engineer or something? That has a reward that makes it worth doing? A superior weapon upgrade is interesting. We are still looking for superior repeaters. I'm tempted by this one. In fact, you know what? I'm more now. We need the ability points. If we're gonna do it, do a mission that's worthwhile and just send Binky out. Get him out there. Vetter, go with him. Negate the chance that somebody gets wounded. Confirm this. Back to business. Which is what the label said shortly after they cut Citizen King from the roster. They were like, we got to get back to business, guys. I'm sorry, but nobody's coming. The last show had 800 people that showed up, and they were like, sing something else when you guys played Better Days. So, yeah, we got to get back to business, boys. This little thing we've been doing here, this little experiment, I hate to bring it to an end, but it's over. All other shout-out projects must be completed, so we need to go get a Codex Brain. Really, what we need then is just for some time to pass, so we can get a Codex Brain. Data, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Get a little additional intel. I see almost no valuable applications stemming from that whatsoever, Dr. Tigan. We get a very different opinion on this.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander. I await your orders, Commander.
I love how Dr. Tigan isn't abashed about padding his part. Everything he does is the world's greatest accomplishment. He's a huge self-promoter. He's almost got Donald Trumpian levels of propping himself up. Our crew was injured during a chosen attack on the Avenger. They'll be out for some time. Catalina Serrano, the scientist, was wounded for 7 days. Warlock, that's possibly the most pathetic act of sabotage of all time. You came onto the Avenger and you didn't even kill one of our scientists. You injured him, and not even for a long time. They're gonna be out of action for a week? I mean, that's like you basically just walked in and dislocated somebody's shoulder. Rihanna was out of action longer after Chris Brown tuned her up. You gave her less of a beating than Chris Brown gave his, at the time, girlfriend. Do you think he feels good about himself? I bet he doesn't. Where is this? Black site data coordinates are here. Go make contact with Western Africa then. This one does double duty. I said duty. Yeah, that's a euphemism for poop. Skip Brad for making the instant contact. This gives us our black site coordinates, so if we can get a full team healthy and ready to work, I think we will go ahead and start working. We'll go for the Codex Brain. We'll hit the black site. Probably black site first, then Codex Brain later.
Operatives working in this area, Commander. They're going to show us how to get into the Alien Forge facility.
And that's fine there, John. We're not super... I mean, like, I'm not terrified about it. Everybody is... Do we have a top-notch team? Xander Cage, Richard B. Riddick. We take Beardo. We take Turop. Follow it up with, like, Caparzo and Dominic Toretto. That seems like a pretty solid team. Is that the mission then? Is that what we want to do? Do we go hit the black site? We did just defeat a Chosen, so that would mean no chance that one shows up here. Archon, Spectre, Elite Priest, Elite Purifier, Sectopod, because of course there's a Sectopod. There's always a Sectopod. Yeah, you know, we can do this. With 12 enemies on the map, we may also be looking at the Viper King, but if we're going to have to fight one of the alien rulers, Viper King is easily the weakest T we got in the cupboard. I mean, nobody's too terribly tired with the exception of Xander Cage. Xander Cage just can't seem to keep it together. The guy's got no stamina. He's always sleepy. It must be because he's staying up all night doing all of that stuff for his country. Be like, the things I'm gonna do for my country? What, like have casual sex? I'm not really sure the country is gonna be super appreciative of that. Not that there's anything wrong with a little casual sex. I'm just saying, you know, the rest of us ain't exactly getting a whole lot out of that, so we don't really give a shit, Xander. You're not winning a whole lot of friends or influencing people that way. We do not have a med kit. Somebody should probably take one of those. Blue screen rounds. We do have a Sectopod. AP rounds are also helpful in that regard. Let's get some blue screens on the BFG. How's everybody's weapon looking? Turop, you went on our last mission. Jackie Norcio's all tooled up. BFG, let's get you a little better gun here. Superior scope, expanded magazine, auto loader. Suits me. Didn't we get a bigger magazine? We did. We got a superior expanded magazine. This one already has an expanded magazine, which I would like to get rid of that autoloader, but it's currently rocking both. Let's revisit that in a minute. Xander Cage, let's take a look at your gun. I'd like to get rid of one that just has an autoloader. Superior stock, superior scope, advanced expanded magazine. That gun requires no adjustments. It's already pretty solid. Riddick, what are you doing over here? You don't have a special gun at all. Repeater, superior scope, advanced expanded magazine. We should give you probably a mimic beacon. Gonna be a Sectopod. We're likely gonna need that. We do have 2 people sporting bonus rounds, which is nice. Caparzo? You have a hair trigger, which honestly, that should be, if anything, I mean, that should be better. We could at least make that an advanced hair trigger. And instead of the advanced autoloader, I think we go superior expanded magazine. Comfortable? All right, black side is up, gentlemen. Let's get it done. We need more repeaters, though. Pete, you didn't go check the black market. You're right, I didn't go check the black market for repeaters because we have a dark event active currently that has the black market closed for like, I don't know, 6 weeks. They're doing some renovations. There's a Pardon Our Dust sign up outside. Never understood the Pardon Our Dust sign where people are doing construction. You just be like, yeah, I mean, you know, you're building some stuff. I understand. Also, if you're really that concerned about the dust, maybe just, you know, hire a staff member to come and dust periodically. Get him a can of Pledge and a rag. It ain't rocket science. Then you don't have to ask to be pardoned for your dust. You can just say, coming soon, new cool thing. That's way better. I'd rather you not apologize for your dust and tell me why you knocked a big hole in the wall and what you're going to put in there instead of a hole. The only time it's acceptable to have a Pardon My Dust sign up is if you're not going to replace that, whatever you knocked down, with something new. Looks like we got a resistance guy on our team. Jimmy the resistance dude? Yep, Jimmy the resistance dude is here. Is Jimmy concealed? Jimmy is concealed. Your name, Chidabum Kotzi. Well, not the kind of name I'd have chosen for one of my offspring, but probably that's why I don't have any. Why don't you come up here and take a look around and see what you can see, because honestly, the only real name you should have is Expendable. Spotted a turret and what appears to be a man on foot behind the turret. So let's go. We know this is safe. Let's take the long run and go fast. In fact, let's go fast and flank around the edge of this building. Alright, giant on the move. So we got, our boys are going to be covering some ground here. I'm actually okay with even having somebody maybe stand out in the open. A confident approach. Thank you for praising my confidence. Confidence in my approach, that means a lot to me. Like, this guy's got a confident approach. Look at him. Sounds like a sports commentator at a some kind of single-person event like billiards or golf. It's like the kind of thing you would hear somebody on CBS on a Sunday afternoon say, "Oh, Tiger coming up here for the 17th with a confident approach." What are the chances we can flank around back here to whatever was around and not get spotted? Well, considering it didn't spot us, pretty good. Advancing quickly. Or rather, considering we didn't spot it. Keep moving, man. I run. I'm tempted to have you come up. You know what? Come over here and just see what's over here, dude. Chittabam, what do you got? So there's a not good. Well, that's unfortunate. Our little resistance trooper here is gonna get the rest of the team in trouble. There's a turret active, Archon, Spectre. These things are all negative. Well, you could at least do some damage before you go, so there's that. Everybody else already moved, right? Everybody except for Jackie. Jackie, what's the chance you could take out that turret? Can you see it from there? You can. I don't suppose you could grapple to that tile for some unknown, bizarre reason. No, of course not. You could grapple to here and probably get the turret, though. Or would we be better off to just have you come over here with the rest of your friends and try and stay out of trouble? Is there an out of trouble at this point, really, though? I kind of feel like the answer to that question is no. Repositioning. Get on this rooftop thing. Whip this grenade. This kills the turret. Look at that shot, though. The trajectory. Put it through the window. That's pretty remarkable effort there. Tempted to Battle Lord, but I don't think we're going to get anything out of it, so we're just going to put you on Overwatch instead, and then you take whatever your best shot is here, Chittabim, and then also, after taking your best shot, and I say, hey man, nice shot, because it's all about 90s bands today. You're bringing out the Hunter? We just killed the Chosen, though. Better be careful. I'm not too worried about you, Hunter. You're the weakest of the Chosen. You're immune to explosions. You can summon stun lancers. You enter Overwatch upon ending your turn, and you don't trigger Overwatch or reaction fire. But if you get hit 3 times in a single turn, you get all loopy, and you take extra damage from Templars, which we don't have any of. Don't give me that little over-the-shoulder look either. I'm not impressed by your look. As martial poses go, it's very suboptimal. Yeah, he's here, and he's gonna be here for a while, in all likelihood. Some sweet damage out of those AP rounds. This guy should not have a target. He shouldn't be able to do anything. He's just going into a battle frenzy. Nope, he's gonna shoot at us. I'd love to know how you knew that guy was even there. Neither one of you went for the resistance guy, huh? Oh, okay, at least somebody's shooting at him. Which, of course, means he's the guy who escapes unscathed. Perfect. No, that's fine. Turop got hit by this guy on what couldn't have been much better than a 78% chance to hit. I'm kind of livid a little bit. You were supposed to shoot at the expendable man, and you did not do that. There's a reason his name is Jimmy the Expendable Man, because he is, well, 1, named Jimmy, and 2, completely expendable. I can't see that guy from this tile, because, of course not. That makes absolute total sense. I was just thinking, there's no way I should be able to see that man from this tile. Sometimes this game confuses me. More than a little. You guys don't have shots from where you're at, really. The only person that can shoot at him is Turop. You see what happens when you touch my boy Turop? He executes you and then gets zeroed in. Who has our med kit? I'm sure we brought one. We may as well use it immediately. Did we not bring a med kit? We forgot a med kit. That's solid thinking, Pete. Okay, so Turop, do us a favor then and don't get shot anymore. That'd be useful. Xander Cage. I don't know why we're advancing under the cover of Overwatch.
The name skirmishers anyway. What's wrong? Didn't like the way deserters sounded?
Oh, fucking roasted though. Listen to the hunter firing shots. What's next, dude? You gonna start cracking on our mamas too?
He's under my watch.
Yeah.
Hit it there now.
You know, Chittaboom, it's probably best if you just don't ever speak ever again. Pretend this is a No Doubt song, because we're all about the late 90s musical overtures today. Give me a little bit of Gwen Stefani and just don't speak. I know what you're thinking. I don't need your reasons. Just don't tell me, because it hurts. Specifically, it hurts Turop that you're bad at your job. This hunter's gonna make things interesting for us.
The most dangerous game? Hardly.
Are you saying that man isn't the most dangerous game? What do you think is? We have parkoured. The more that ability triggers, the more I realize it's unspeakably useless. The more experience we get with parkour, the less and less impressed I become with it, because it really is an ability it's an ability without a nation. It's an ability that has no purpose. Lyrium core and an advanced stock. Neither of those things are useful in any capacity whatsoever. The problem with parkour is you don't know it's going to trigger until after it triggers, and since you never know if it's going to trigger, you can't count on it. It's a garbage ability. He's trash. You must have also parkoured, Xander Cage. Alright, you can go, I guess, a little bit closer. In fact, parkour, what it does is it encourages you to take risky moves. Because the one guy who parkours is, of course, going to move farther than potentially everybody else who's with him, which strings you out, gets you all separated. That guy's going to be wandering off all by his lonesome little self and get his brains shot out. Like the Babylonian is about to do here. Here comes our sectopod. Nope. What do we got? Purifier and a priest. we've got some options here. No, don't do anything yet, Turop. You also have one of our mimic beacons, so maybe chill for a minute. Xander Cage, I don't see any particularly compelling reason for us to hold back here. I think you whip a grenade downrange at the Purifier, shatter his cover, get rid of his armor, and then just shoot him in the face. A little bit of volatile mix for some extra damage, and then just follow that up with a shot to the brain. That's a guaranteed kill. And there's our other favorite dark event, Undying Loyalty. Love that one. It's super good. So, Babylonian, then. I really don't like your chance here. It might be better to see if somebody else can't help you out. So, yeah, it's nice that you have a shot at the Psy zombie, but it's a zombie. We don't really care. The problem with that being a zombie is we don't care about it, but also we can't really do anything about it. 50%. So we're gonna have to go for a combo plate special here. It's not like your average size zombie where you can just ignore it and kill the guy who generated it instead of messing with the zombie. This zombie we actually have to kill because nobody animated it. It doesn't have a controller. Enjoy that volatile mix. Mostly enjoy being out of cover so that we can justice your ass right over here and shoot you full of holes at our leisure. Excuse me, sir. Could you come over here, please? Perfect. Excellently just like expertly done, son. You probably could have just shot him. Justice has a very slightly higher % chance to hit. Get shanked. He's feeling the burn, too. We shanked him. Now he's feeling the burn, and that, you know, he's probably going to vote for Bernie Sanders. You shot him after he went into stasis, huh? Good thinking. Go on Overwatch. Between Overwatch and Retribution, we shouldn't have a difficult time making sure that guy is dead. And we also should be able to hit this dude for at least 6. Undying Loyalty, my butt. I mean, I kind of do have Undying Loyalty to my butt. We're sort of attached. Also, it's just a fantastic butt. What's not to love? Jackie D. I'm just going to have you run at full speed here, Jack. The other thing about parkour is if you start off by taking a yellow move, parkour doesn't seem to be able to trigger. Like, in order to make parkour work, it seems like you have to take one action and then another action. We've never seen ourselves take a yellow move and then have that yellow move not actually count as a move. I love that. What's the hard counter to the stasis ability then? Make sure the bastards are on fire. That's sort of amazing. The burn, he was feeling the burn and the burn killed him. This is going to activate a pod. It's going to activate a sectopod, in fact. Well, we would like to pop that guy. Is there a way that we can activate him without using an action? Well, we could activate him and then take a bonus action. What else has he got with him? Probably something. Nobody can grapple here? To the top of a tower or up in a tree? Nothing? We got shit. We got nothing.
Good copy, moving on target.
Let's hold off a turn then. I would like to get away from this vehicle because it's potentially explosive. Why did that cutscene choose to activate now? We moved backwards. We got farther away from the objective and yet somehow gained vision on it.
Must reload now.
Reloading seems like a good idea. There's some weird shit going on here. Parzo.
Reloading.
Let's have everybody just reload in Overwatch.
Let's do this.
Especially you, Chabimsky. It's a good thing that you've got maximum amounts of ammunition. We want to make sure you're fully ready to engage what is almost certainly going to be a fatal enemy for you. He kills you in one shot, and also you're definitely the man I'm going to use to activate that pod. Just throwing that out there. Alright, Chubimsky. There you go.
On the move.
Go activate that pod, find some half cover. Sectopod, He's making new friends. He's creating openings where none exist before. He's synergizing paradigms and whatnot. He's an opportunity maker. Good chance to hit. Let's take it. It's beautiful. All 2 damage out of it. It's fantastic. So how's the rest of the team gonna work here? Well, Jackie D, I think we bring you up here. You're shitting me that you can't see that man. But you're definitely not going to be able to see him from there. And if you can... well, you could probably see him from there, but that's going to collapse when he explodes, because he is going to explode when he dies. You have a shot, though? Not only do you have a shot, Turop, it's actually a pretty good one. It's a pair of pretty good ones. We could farm the execution here. But you also have a mimic beacon, which we're likely gonna need. Who's got the other one? Riddick has the other one. You know what, Turop? Go for the execution here. This guy has too much armor, so we're gonna do shit damage. We're just going for the execution. Execution is why we came. And there it is! Come for the sectopods, stay to watch the fireworks. Alright, Jackie D, let's have you get away from what I believe is likely going to be a vehicle that explodes. It's looking a little singed. Nobody's going to be anywhere near the potentially explosive vehicle. We've had too much ill luck with vehicles and unexpected explosions. It's just time for us to start expecting them to always explode. They say expect the unexpected. This is how we do it. Oh, right. The hunter. I'm sorry, Johnny. I forgot you were there. You may go now. Johnny Tyler, you madcap? Where are you going with that shotgun? Nowhere. Sectopod brought down most of this guard hut. Still no eyes on the Chosen, huh? Well, the Chosen doesn't generate Overwatch shots, but like all his rowdy friends will. And there's still going to be a number of people on the map. We've only killed 5, which means we got 7 to go. That's just regular dudes, plus the Chosen. I don't want to engage those regular dudes and the Chosen simultaneously. Seems suboptimal idea.
It's killing time.
This guy's way too gung-ho. You can tell he's a resistance trooper. You can tell he's a noob. His gung-ho attitude gives him away. No veteran is ever that excited about going into combat to be like, no, we're gonna go fight, and some of us might get killed. It doesn't matter how competent or well-trained or how great the odds are in our favor. Anything can and will happen. You've seen enough combat, kid, and you know it's not something to look forward to. He's like, I'm gonna kill all the aliens by myself. See? Chumbawamba?
Now we're finding Advent.
This is why you're expendable.
Tells me they didn't abduct these ones.
Looks more like a production facility to me.
I mean, it looks more like a Codex, a shield bearer, and I think a regular trooper.
Could this be where the Advent forces are coming
It looks
from?
like a weak pod to me.
The realm of possibility when dealing with the aliens.
Do you guys mind? Can you have this discussion when I'm not around? Do I need to be here for this? I feel like I don't. Jackie D is a bad shot. I do not want to go rushing into that building where angels fear to tread. It seems like a terrifically bad idea. Let's see if we can maybe bring the enemy to us a little bit. So Jackie D, 66% chance to justice the Codex, 55% chance to justice those guys. Those chances are both bad. I don't suppose our little... Nope. Who do you bonus? Turop. Turop, what can you do? We could run you up the side, but that's not really helpful. Could you... Oh, here we go. Here's the play. Okay, actually, this is Xander Cage, though. grapple to here, come down, fling that granado. We're not going to have the angle we need from there. We're getting a little aggressive here. Not as aggressive as the audio level on this facility alarm, because it's maybe the most aggressive thing in XCOM. It's so loud you can't even hear the voice work anymore. Plus, we're waking up a bunch of Advent troopers. Those guys didn't do anything to anybody. They're just taking a nap in there. It just seems mean to treat them that way. Be like, hey, we'll wake up. Well, why? Just leave them alone. Should be a one-shot kill here. Ah, yes. One-shot kill, and then the dodge mechanic happens, so what should have been a one-shot kill instead becomes a goddamn piece of shit. Bonus, please. I'm quite upset about that particular outcome. Gonna dodge it again? No, of course not, because the second shot will just flat out be a kill shot. Why wouldn't it be? What's the other guy back there? There is a regular Advent trooper. We're not gonna get a shot at that man. So kill this person. Person? Entity? Whatever. Make him be dead. And then we gotta come up with a game plan for what's left here. Using justice in this scenario seems like a terrifically bad idea. We could also toss a mimic beacon. You know what? Yeah, just do that. Make sure all of these guys can see the mimic beacon and fling it out there. And then we can just take ghetto shots if we have to. I'm not going into that facility. I don't want to. We could wrath our way forward. I don't want to, though. Does one of you have a justice instead? You have justice? See if you can justice this man. Maybe pull him up here. Well, the justice did not work, but what it did do was destroy his cover. Sort of, a little bit. It looks like it degraded his cover. It degraded his cover. He only has half cover now instead of full cover. Stand right behind the mimic beacon, Caparzo. We've always said if anybody's getting shot in this campaign, it's you. And it's starting to look like that may have been a prophetic statement. So you're going to shield up. That's ideal. That's one less person shooting at the mimic beacon, and this guy has to. Or alternatively, he could just double move, and we use the mimic beacon for literally zero reason.
You can't run, and you can't hide.
I mean, Xander Cage doesn't run, and Xander Cage doesn't hide. I can't do either of those things, but the real question is, why the hell would I want to? I'm Xander Cage. I don't run. I don't hide. Because I don't need to run. I don't need to hide. There's nowhere to run to. There's nowhere to hide. But that's fitting right in with my plan. There's nowhere for me to run and nowhere for me to hide. But, you know, that knife cuts both ways, Mr. Hunter. There's nowhere for you to run and nowhere for you to hide either. Advantage Xander Cage. I don't know if the Chosen has to shoot at a mimic beacon or if the Chosen can just ignore it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Chumbawamba probably get killed.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Chumbles. I'm selling your life, but you know what, Chumbles? I'm gonna sell it. I promise I'm selling it dearly. AP rounds putting you in the ground. Ah, Undying Loyalty. Love that ability. Well, okay, we'll straight up kill the Psy zombie, so let's just put it down. Shoot for the nerve stem and put him down for good. That's what our boy Neil Patrick Harris taught us. Get up here to full cover. Thinking about using an interrupt here. If we shoot over you, that's going to leave us right out. Well, we'll be... You know what? I was going to say we'll be right out in the open, but that's not true. We can be here and in full cover and have a 100% chance to hit this man. And that still leaves Chumbles up there as the primary target. And now that our hunter's mark is gone, doesn't matter what we do with Richard B. Riddick. I mean, it matters a little, but we probably get a kill out of him. 89, good enough. What was it I said about that being good enough? Right, right. We cannot leave you out of cover, Caparzo, because if we do, it will be you that gets shot at instead of Chumble Wumbles. This we cannot abide. I need you to be able to get a shot at that dude, or fling a grenade at that dude, or in any way inconvenience that dude whatsoever. You know what? To hell with it. Hit him with the whiplash. You have a 50% chance to whiplash a guy who's just standing in the fucking open? I want you in better cover. Actually, I want you out of line of sight, but I'm not going to be able to get it. Caparzo looking to get himself sniped again. Turop, get up into the mix. Overwatch for the BFG. The Overwatch doesn't really matter because the Hunter won't trigger it. We should have just taken a shot with the BFG, I realize now. Where did you go, though? While you were busy relishing a quiet moment before a strike? Parkoured.
Reloading weapon.
I don't like not knowing where you are. I also don't like our cover situation at all. Last time we saw you, you were back in this area. It looks like maybe you opened that door. Yep, you're just chilling.
The message about these Advent facilities, Commander. The Elders don't want you here, and I'm obliged to keep you out.
Yeah, the Elders don't want me here. You don't want me here. I honestly don't want to be here either. It's... Nobody wins in this scenario. It's the... Everybody loses.
That's affirmative.
Yeah, that's affirmative. Chumble's gonna come up here, be chumbly there. In fact, gonna come, keep coming right on up there and give myself a nice opportunity to be flanked there. So,
I'm on the move.
I'm on the move there, mate. That way, anybody who has cover should, in theory, get shot and not at, and they should instead be shooting my worthless ass. What do you say there, Pete? Barzo to full cover. Parzo to full cover. Riddick, move up. Jackie D, let's get you over here. Turop, is there anywhere over here you can get any kind of cover? We're gonna swarm and surround the Chosen.
I run.
We're doing Operation Tyrannid here. We're gonna swarm them. Not even a keyword anymore. Here comes a Shogun, gonna summon some Stun Lancers. These guys will get a reaction move, and also they previewed us where some of their extra friends are. So now we know where that other pod is. This guy's almost certainly gonna shoot and kill Chumbles.
Not exactly.
Oh.
Subtle.
Huh.
Soldier down. Get him back up ASAP.
I mean, sort of down, but also kind of not.
Changing position.
Turop, we're gonna grapple you to the rooftop here. And you should have fantastic shots at multiple enemies. Oh, good, just what we needed. No, that's fine. Activate a few more people, including a robot that went on Overwatch. Alright, well, robot, get fucked, by the way.
Fear the lash.
I really would prefer to have used that on the Chosen as opposed to on your robot ass, but what are you gonna do? I don't have a shot at the Chosen, though. Oh, that's very suboptimal. Is this going to kill him? Only if it does max damage. Is it likely to do max damage? Nope. BFG to the rooftop, please. BFG to the rooftop.
Tactical movement.
I love that we just spend all of... Oh, shit, we're going to take Overwatch, though. Oh, no, never mind. We whiplashed him. His Overwatch is gone. Speaking of which, do that again. We need to be not using actions here. We're very definitely going to need a Mimic Beacon at the end of this turn, but we're also going to want to kill anything we can possibly kill. You're zeroed in now, so you can't miss. Nicely done. Ah, perfect. Well, it's time for us to execute what I like to call the plan. Who has a Mimic Beacon still? No one. Who had a Mimic Beacon? Oh, you know what? I bet you have it. Let's get you undazed. We actually really need that Mimic Beacon, so get up off your feet, Riddick. Or get on your feet, rather. You better have the Mimic Beacon. Alright, perfect. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna deploy that over, say... Well, we need to deploy it where everybody can see it. There seems fine. You are going to take one shot at whatever you can hit. Hit this elite officer, actually. Perfect. Yeah, well done there. And then you're going to Battle Lord. How many people can you see right now? 2. Battle Lords.
We are the lords of battle.
He's the Lord of Battle. You can see 3 people currently, huh? Okay, Whiplash the zombie. That takes him out of action.
You're a cold-blooded killer, Commander.
Thanks, I appreciate the vote of confidence. That's nice of you. So then we're gonna Wrath to you.
You cannot run. I take a new approach.
You get shanked and set ablaze. And then we're also going to Battle Lord.
What I know, this I know best.
You have how many actions left, Caparzo? Just 1? You know what? To hell with it. Battle Lord.
War is what we know.
We're gonna give these guys 1 shot. Eminem style. You get 1 shot. Do not miss your chance. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better move, like, lose yourself in the music the moment. Own it.
Utilizing hook.
Jackie D's coming up to utilize the hook. Jackie D got tons of shots here. Including a bad one at the Chosen. Go ahead and... You know what? I kind of don't want to kill these guys. I'm okay, surprisingly okay with letting them just kind of let them be. AP rounds doing work for us. And then you also Battle Lord. So this guy got a turn. He should move and get retribution, then die and trigger like 6 bonus actions for us. Okay, so you marked us. Jackie's marked. And now... No, it's my turn now, though. I should be getting all of the Battle Lord actions here. We've missed back-to-back 82% shots at that. Excuse me, I have like 4 people who used Battle Lord, though. Killed this man. I should be getting considerably more actions than this. Or is Battle Lord just broken as shit? Because I'm thinking Battle Lord is probably just broken as shit. And it doesn't work correctly.
Just hold still.
Perfect. He missed the shot, and we still took a bunch of damage falling off of a roof.
You're luckier than most.
I'm sort of furious, though.
The elders cannot save you. A useful aid.
You're going to pay for that, traitor.
Am I? Because it seems like you just got stabbed in the heart and also are on fire, and we learned a valuable lesson in that Battle Lord does not stack.
This one back to the stronghold. Something tells me they'll be more than happy to share everything.
You were saying? Couldn't even finish your sentence. I had killed you before you finished it. So, we learned a valuable lesson. Battle Lord is also complete total garbage. It doesn't stack, and therefore is basically useless.
Take me down more than once, Commander.
Every person on this mission who could have seen an enemy at the start of that turn,
Excellent work.
every time the enemy took an action, if Battle Lord worked properly, it would have been like the enemy takes 1 action, our team takes 3 actions. That's how I was anticipating that it worked, because based on its actual description, that's how it should work, and doesn't. And nice shot there, Chumbles. Speaking of which, I hope you saved your money. What are you talking about, Pete? You still on the Chumbawamba thing? I'm still on it. I'm also still more than a little furious. Skirmishers are just, they're bad. They have the easily worst ranks of top tier abilities of any of the special classes. Their top tier ability is just worthless. It's just very, very bad. That should be the map, though. Everybody's dead. There are no more enemies lurking around, so at least we got that off of our plate.
This is Avenger. Package is in range.
Come over here and set up some Overwatch. I mean, we're going to have to leave in a minute anyway. Didn't bring a med kit, which is great, because our boy over there who keeps taking damage, falling off of roofs and shit, yeah, it's awesome. The one thing I have a problem with is that the man we've deliberately put into harm's way, twice now, has not been injured either time. We're trying to use a resistance trooper as actual bait, and the enemy won't take it. They've shot at him one time, the Chosen shot at him one time, and fucking missed.
Acquisition of the package. Move to evac.
That's what has me the most furious. We're trying to use this guy, and he's like, no, I will not be used, Pete. I'm sorry. Nobody uses me. I'm whatever his name is. I'm Chumble-Wumble unchumbleable, and I will not be used. Nobody treats me that way. Don't you know who I am? Advanced expanded magazine and chosen information, which I'm going to assume is completely useless. We want everybody in a place where they might potentially get shots at these reinforcements, but also in a place where they can just leave on the next turn. I don't need to stay here and collect a bunch of kills on a team that is mostly consisting at the moment of maximum rank troopers anyway. There's really no purpose.
I await their approach. Non-evade detection.
Except for you, Chumble-Wumble. You know what? Just go, actually.
On it.
Just run away. We'll get the resistance guy out of the mission, too. Babylonian, you're really hurt, so you have a legitimate excuse to get the shit out of here. You've gotten the shit shot out of you. You have an actual, straight-up, solid reason to want to vacate the premises. You're the only person on this team with an excuse. Got a priest, stun lancer. It barely, I mean, it didn't matter what came out of that plane, really. It could have been anything. It could have been 3 sectopods and it wouldn't have mattered. We're just going to run. I don't need to stay here and farm kills from these guys. It's completely irrelevant. I was about to criticize your marksmanship, but then one of you guys hit, so... You shot that man through a rock? No, that was actually a miss. You just have a stock. Maybe that's a viable build for a skirmisher. Just give somebody a stock and shoot as many times as you have actions left ability. Because then you're always guaranteed at least some trivial amount of damage. I don't know. Chumbles. Beat it. Can everybody make it to extraction?
I advance.
We don't need to interrupt, though. Honestly, if we interrupt and then evac, I'm afraid it might break the mission, so I'm gonna assiduously avoid that.
Repositioning.
I legitimately think it might break the mission. The interruptibility is an ability we have experienced several bugs with, and I'm taking no chances.
Advancing quickly.
Jumbles, beat it. We're not heroes. We don't need to stay here and put up some kind of hot gates, Leonidas and his Spartans at Thermopylae style defense. We can just get, oh, son of a bitch, though, I forgot about Caparzo.
I must run.
Anthony, I forgot you were there. You're gonna be the one guy who's not gonna make it.
Deployment complete. Returning for reassignment.
Well, let's hope Advent forgets that Overwatch is the thing. Also, I think Caparzo might be our slowest trooper as well. Well, we don't know what they did, but it doesn't matter. Don't misclick it and be outside the exit box. We'll just be vacating the premises. Don't mind us, gentlemen. Hey, I see him. He's getting on the plane. Yep, see you now.
Leaving combat.
Maybe one of you should have used a bit of Overwatch there.
Status confirmed. Target package in custody.
It's also the end of the mission because everybody's out. We killed the Chosen. All the people are dead. Most of the damage we took happened when a shot missed us and we fell off of a roof. Even though that guy took a shot at the dude he probably shouldn't have shot at because he did have a target standing flat out in the open with no cover whatsoever, who was a resistance trooper and who he could have one-shot killed. And instead, he shot at a floor. XCOM's AI sometimes is kind of inscrutable. Operation Iron Face. Is that a dig at the Iron Giant, by the way, just because he's got a metal face? I'm not okay with that. You're not allowed to make fun of members of our team because of a perceived disability. So what if he has an iron face? You ever tried to punch somebody who had an iron face? Fucking break your hand, dude. Everybody is tired because that was an extraordinarily long mission.
We have found what could very well be the prototype.
Advanced Expanded Magazine is useful. The rest of this stuff is mostly garbage, which we will be discarding.
It will take a
new objective added.
Yeah. Examine the Advent stasis suit. Okay.
I've
Sure.
updated our current objectives.
Turop, for whatever reason, is suddenly afraid of vipers in what is clearly the most sensible, rational fear of all time. How many cores do we have? 4. More experimental ammo, please.
I'll let you know as soon as the project is ready for deployment.
Yeah, we still, Lily, need a bunch of armor-piercing ammo, and for whatever reason, you absolutely categorically refuse to invent any. You've invented every single ammo type except for AP rounds, which means we should be due for some AP rounds. It also means we're due to wrap up the episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to watch Lily Shen continue to troll us by inventing the thing we don't need, and outro interruptions, if you enjoy those as well, man, consider subscribing as well, because every single one of my outros gets interrupted by some jackass with a random comment from the peanut gallery. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.